Hi, I'm Graham from Second Era of Moles, and if you've clicked on this video accidentally, 90 seconds is all I ever ask. Welcome back to another week that was on Pokemon Masters X. It's been quite a chilled out and relaxed week for this one, I think. We've had the Champion Stadium in the Kanto region, we've had another week of the Curious Tea Party event, and we've had the return of the Trials on the Isle event. So let's kick back and see what we did this week. So I found the Champion Stadium quite straightforward this week. I was able to proceed through it quite nicely. In round 1 you get a physical attack boost. I was taking on Lorelei for this one. She was weak to electric types, so I went with my favourite electric team of Elesa and Zebstrika, Volkner and Luxray, and Hilbert and Samurott. So I've talked about this one many times before, so I'm not going to go into like deep dive detail for this one. The idea is you use your first sync move on Hilbert for that 6x boost, and then you set up that second sync move for Elesa by setting electric terrain using Electrify. It is Electrify, I'm getting confused between her trainer moves on different Pokemon. But you set Electrify with her just before her sync move to guarantee it's going to be a crit hit, and those in conjunction with her sync move and the points options that we have selected should mean that that sync move just slaughters the enemy team. So not too much of a headache on this one. For round 2, your condition is a sync move stats boost. I was taking on Agatha. She was weak to ghost types this week, so my team was Morty and Mismagius, Phoebe and Dusk Noir, and Anniversary, Lily and Lunala. I kind of got confused between the sync move stats boost and the countdown reduction, which may explain some of the points options that I've gone through there. So the move gauge was a bit of an issue with this team. I wouldn't necessarily recommend using the half move point condition that kind of limits you for this one. I used the first sync move with Phoebe for that 6x boost, and then it's all about getting to that second sync move so that you can unleash the mighty power of Lunala. So I was going for Moon Blasts rather than Moongeist Beam for this one. There's not really much move gauge refresh, especially if you don't get any refreshes on Unbreakable Bonds. And then it's difficult to use Moongeist Beam and then a move with Morty and then a move with Phoebe. So I was using Moonblast to try and counteract that a little bit. Got to that sync move though, and it just leaves a wide gaping smoking hole with a bit of a purple shimmer from the ridiculous beam that Lily has just unleashed on the enemy. In round 3 you get a physical attack reduction. It's always a good idea to take on Bruno with this one because he's going to be using physical type moves. So he was weak to water types this week, and my team was Barry and Empoleon, Swimsuit, Misty and Psyduck, and Crash Awake. I just wanted to put a new pair in there, and I was like, oh, Crash Awake, maybe we'll get some flinching out of him. I got one. I got a single flinching out of Crash Awake. I've not quite managed to put Swimsuit Misty up to 6x yet, so all of my sync moves were going to Barry. I ended up using 4 in the end, so this wasn't necessarily a short battle. I didn't feel in much danger with this one, right up until Psyduck fainted, and then it's a bit like, oh, okay, have I misjudged this one a little bit? Thankfully, there was enough sort of tankiness between Crash Awake and Barry to hold out for that final sync move, because at that point I was like, well, he's not got that much left, it's going to take one more sync move, and then we're going to be done. The gradual healing effect is very irritating for this one, because it's like, you do a reasonable amount of damage with Barry between sync moves, but it's really the sync move where he comes into his own, and you're like, right, okay, yeah, we're right there, and then by the time the next move comes along, it's like, got that much left, and it's like, come on Bruno, just go down, I could have had Misty surviving for a bit longer if I'd have been a bit more diligent with my potions. I think I survived and I still had 2 left, and it's like, that Ion Tail hits hard, but I could have overcome it. Nothing really needs to be said about the 2 sides because they'll go down to Barry sync moves, and if you're using Bubble, that will take them out as well. Crash Awake, I was saving his trainer moves for later in the battle, thinking maybe move gauge will be an issue. Wasn't really, but I hit that 4th sync move and I was like, yeah, there we go. And then I looked and it's like, somehow it has a tiny amount of health left. But one more attack and that was it. In round 4, your condition is a special attack boost. I was taking on Lance for this one, and my team was Sigma Suit, Serena with Zygarde, Lucas and Dialga, and Misty and Starmie. So, as I was saying last week, I don't like to use limited units very much, but I also wanted to test out the combination of Lucas with his Dragon Zone and Serena with her Core Enforcer. And wow, so much damage. Like, Lucas on his own can output a lot of damage, but when you put Serena next to him, it's just like huge numbers flying out everywhere. So all of my sync moves went to Zygarde using Core Enforcer. You're using Lucas's trainer moves, setting Dragon Wish as well, so that you get that free move next and you can use a Roar of Time. And yeah, I think even before I got to my 2nd sync move, this one was over. Oh, and Misty can raise special defense and raise evasiveness and do healing, but none of that really matters because it's just going to be like... And of course, means huge damage raining down on the enemy at every single opportunity. And finally, on to round 5, where we're taking on Blue again as the champion of Kanto. His permanent condition this week is a status conditions boost. I chose the physical attack boost to go along with it, and that's because my team to go against Blue was Sigma Suit Blue, Luzamine and Pheromosa, and Viola and Masquerain. So the status conditions helps Viola with her trap, and the physical attack boost helps Luzamine go with lunge. And then Blue is there to provide the bulkiness for everyone on the team. So Blue gets that first sync move for 6x and Team Endurance. You're setting Infestation onto Alakazam, and then you're using Struggle Bug to reduce everyone else's special attack. With Luzamine, I was doing lunge. I was targeting the Grumpig to start off with, thinking that, right, okay, if I can take that down, you get that positive reinforcement to boost the stats. What I maybe should have done was taken one less at Grumpig and done it at the Meowstic so that I wiped both of them with my sync move at 6x, and then that would have given you the full boost and you could have focused down Alakazam. But hey, that's one of those you live you learn type of moments. From there on out, it's a set pattern. It's Struggle Bug to reduce special attack. It's Lunge to do a lot of damage to Alakazam. With Blue, it's either to the top to keep that move gauge flowing, or it's Water Pulse to give that passive boost to special defense, which is going to help everyone on the team. Blue did faint for me on this one. I mean, Alakazam can hit pretty hard when it wants to. Could have maybe used more to the tops, but it wasn't that much of an issue. And then once he'd gone down, the 2 bugs in there were way too much for Alakazam to handle, and got that final victory. So that's a 10k point run for week 3 in the Kanto region. We'll be back in Kanto next week for another crack at these 5. The Curious Tea Party event is still ongoing. As of recording, we've got 3 keys. We'll get the 4th one very, very soon, and you can unlock the final area. I unlocked Lily's area last week where she's shopping with Wallace, so that was a good one for a few days. And then the final one will be Emmett for me. I'm 99% sure that we're going to get another battle challenge as well, because there's a medal for Ingo and Emmett, and there's going to be another coin on offer as well. Coins for the children! The only new thing this week was a rerunning of the Trials on the Isle event, so that's introducing a lot of Alolan pairs. I'm pretty sure that last time it was a map event because there's lots of stories that you unlock by doing battles. There is a full force battle to go along with it. There's no conditions with it to earn extra goodies, so just pick your favourite 3 types and go to town. You get boosts for certain Alolan pairs. They're ones that I haven't really used much, so you get a +6 for Elio and Celine, and then a +4 for Mallow. So I've not used Mallow very much. It's interesting to get to know how to use her. Next week we're going to have another Pokemon Masters Day, so co-op battles galore. There's also going to be Happy Scouts. Hopefully these Happy Scouts will make me happier than last month, because I like to be happy. But that is something that will happen in the week that will be. This has been the week that was, so you're well past the 90-second mark. At this point, thank you very much and congratulations on making it this far. If you've enjoyed the video, you can let me know in the comments or by giving a like. You can subscribe to the channel or follow me on Twitter. I'm SEOM_YT, and that should give you little notes about the week that will be when it comes along next week. Thank you very much for watching the week that was, and goodbye!